I started playing violin when I was 5, and then I started piano when I was 8. And actually my first experience improvising was also on piano with my piano teacher, Denise Marie Porter, at the Georgia School of Music. And she had me start writing music, I'd say when I was around 11 or 12. I remember distinctly. I don't remember the name of the song, but I remember the first composition, and it's kind of funny to see the progress I've made from there, and to the music I'm writing now. Over the years, I've had a handful of different influential composers impact my writing. Probably the first one was Robert Glasper, pianist Robert Glasper. When I was in high school, I was a part of the big high school modern jazz craze, and I loved Robert Glasper. Like I said, I played a lot of piano. Of course, my teacher John Blake was a big impact, and today the music I'm writing now, I'd say the biggest influence would be John Zorn. My band that's not playing tonight, Klazzmatazz, it's my band up in New York City. What we do is we're all jazz musicians. We met at Manhattan School of Music, where we all went to school, and the concept for the band is taking jazz and klezmer and fusing it in the most authentic way possible. There are a lot of klezmer jazz bands out there, but most of them focus on klezmer first with a little jazz. We do the reverse, and it's not something that's done often, and I'm trying to not do something that has been done in the past. I'm trying to write my own music, be creative, be unique, and use my past, use my culture as an influence for my music. And similar to what was going on in the 70s with say Wayne Shorter or Horace Silver, they'd go back and they'd use their their home their heritage in their jazz, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I was feeling very insecure about this project until I heard a John Zorn interview, and funny enough, I started my project after I got back from a trip in Israel, and John Zorn started his adventure down the lane of taking klezmer and just being him with that music. He had the same exact impact after being in Israel. And what he does with the music is so inspirational in every sense of the word. He's being very real with himself. He's writing John Zorn music with the part of the Jewish heritage and klezmer that he feels is him. And by hearing that and hearing him talk about his experience is what really gave me the motivation to keep going. It almost kind of gave me permission to follow through with this project. I wrote Tangibility actually as it was an assignment. It was a school assignment, and I think my junior year of college. My theory teacher was Gary Dial, and I forget what the exact assignment was, but we had junior year we had an assignment to write one tune per week using a different harmonic tool. And like I said, I forget what that exact tool was. I think it was passing diminished chords, but don't hold me to that. I'm sure Gary remembers. And I had written that actually just when I got back from Israel, and Tangibility was the first song that I wrote for Klazzmatazz, for that project. And so it's the first tune that I experimented with using, jazz harmony. The tune goes back and forth between 5/4 and 6/4, so it messes around with, different time signatures and different grooves. And the melody has a lot of gypsy klezmer inflections. So that was the first time that I really experimented with all that. And I called it Tangibility because I realized that this project was now tangible. And that is how Klazzmatazz grew, and the title of my first album with Klazzmatazz was Tangibility for the same reason. So tonight, the drummer, you don't usually start with the drummer, but I'm going to start with the drummer. Matt Scarano is one of my favorite musicians, favorite people, and certainly one of my favorite drummers. No one really understands my music as well as he does. I don't have to explain anything to him. He always gets it immediately. But beyond that, I met Matt through another Matt from Philly, Matt Davis. I was playing with his aerial photograph project in 2013 at a show at the Tea Lounge in Brooklyn, Park Slope. And Matt was the drummer that night. And I brought Matt Scarano into my band, Classmataz. So he was the original Classmataz drummer, and he was on our album. So every time I come back to Philly or to the Philadelphia area, I always ask Matt to play. So there's Matt. And then I never actually have played with Brian Howell, who's going to be playing bass, but the Howells have a tremendous history here in the Philadelphia area, and we've definitely probably played at some sessions here and there, but we've never played a gig. So it's been a pleasure working with him, and he just destroyed this music. We just had a rehearsal and he ate it up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And also I've never played with Jake Kelberman, who's going to be playing guitar. Both guys were recommended by Matt, and if Matt recommends someone, then I'm going to take his recommendation seriously. And it's just a pleasure working with Jake on guitar. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Music is the truest form of expression. I'm not sure if that's a philosophy or not, but to me, music is the truest form of expression. One of my other tunes that's actually in the real book, "Speak the Truth," is another tune that I wrote for class, for the same theory class actually. And I took that title, I kind of took a spin, and the form of the song is actually based off of Wayne Shorter's "Speak No Evil." So "Speak the Truth" is kind of a theme that I've been working with recently. There's certainly not enough of that in the world right now, and I think music is the only thing that does speak the truth, because you can't be anything but honest and sincere when you're playing music. I mean, you can be, but at that point, in my opinion, it's not music. Music needs to come from the heart, from the soul, and I thank my teacher John Blake for passing that bit of knowledge on to me. So yeah, to me, music is the truth, and is the truest form of expression.